Hi, welcome to King Motors. You've clicked the link to our 2016 Hyundai i40, and this is the SE spec. It's the blue drive as well. I'll go into all that with you now in a minute, but a fine car. I'm going to take you for a spin around, show you the inside, buttons, features, functions, how it actually drives. And other than that, I want to just say don't forget to subscribe if you like content like this, and there'll be a link in the video description to the ad should you find it on YouTube or something. And other than that, I just want to put the price here as to what you can own this car for by the week and by the month should you choose to finance with us. Here we are out driving the i40, and as I said in the intro, it's the SE specs. There's tons of spec on it. And then we just move on to the cars. I always say the same thing about Hyundais, and it's true really, I suppose. When I was a kid, I started selling Hyundai Accents in the late 90s, early 2000s, and they were a perfectly good car, but they were a bit crap, you know. They were sort of behind the times on what everyone else had. And I have to say, hand in heart, I never thought Hyundai and Kia would be here. I thought they'd be like sort of Dacias and stuff where they were compromised, and they're really not. Like, I've got all the old prejudice against stuff like this, and I'm totally wrong. They're always a surprisingly nice car. Like, they're unbelievably reliable. This car here, as we sit in it now, has a year left of its manufacturer's warranty, so 5 years from new, which is really good and says a lot about the actual quality of the machine. Because if they were wrong doing stuff like that, they'd be bankrupt in no time. Then onto how it drives. The engine, the 1.7 diesel in them, absolutely mountains of power. Mountains of power. You're not left wanting for anything with 6-speed gearbox. Then on top of that, it actually gives back huge fuel economy. So it's one of those kind of things that does everything well, and it's why the guards use them and that kind of stuff. But spec-wise, this is where they really get you, and they certainly get me. This car has absolutely everything. I'll start at the start. So we've sat nav, reverse camera. Then the best thing in a car nowadays, which you really need, you've full Bluetooth phone connectivity. But that also allows any Bluetooth device you have, like YouTube, any of that kind of stuff. You can connect it to the head unit, and it'll play the sound in the background when the kids are screaming. Then onto just the practicality of the thing. The boot is enormous. I'll show you that now. And then I'm just going to move on to the back seats. The leg room in the back of this car is almost akin to a Skoda Superb, and like, I'm 6'1". I'm a big lump. I'm far too big actually. Like, so I said a bit. My seat's probably further back than it needs to be. I have all the room in the world in the back of this car. Like, it's absolutely perfect. Then onto just the design and the layout on the outside. It's stunningly beautiful. What Kia and Hyundai did actually years ago, they got the man who was designing all the Audi stuff from the 90s and into the 2000s, and they got him on board, and he started designing their products. So had he stayed, you could have seen an Audi designed like this. This could have been the Audi A4 or A3. Other than that, that's kind of enough about the car. Actually, I'll make one last funny point about these things. If you do a lot of motorway driving, buy a white Hyundai, because you'll know what Moses felt like when he parted the Red Sea. Nobody will ever hog the overtaken lane in front of you ever again. If you have this, everyone just gets out of the way. Anyway, I digress. I'll finish up on the spec of the car there, and just on to us. We were one of the very first ever second-hand dealers to become SIMI. We're an AA approved dealer now, and we've 50 plus Google reviews. They're all 5-star. So, you know, we're pretty good. The AA warranty, by the way, is a nationwide warranty, so it'll work anywhere in the country. And the AA are very brand protective, so they don't really let anyone sell it. You know, it's not something anyone can offer you. So I think that speaks volumes for us, basically. But other than that, I'm going to wrap up the video there, and I just want to say thank you for watching it. We appreciate you taking the time to do it, and hopefully it sort of showed you who we are, what sort of people we are, and what the car was like and what we're about. But with that in mind, I'm going to say goodbye, and hopefully we will see you soon.